I caught my girlfriend's mother cheating on her husband. She wants me to keep it a secret for the sake of the family she includes me in. Her daughter and I are engaged and living together. My friend's parents are medical professionals who work in different facilities, working in shifts. They often both work 24-hour shifts, and then I go to their house to walk their dog. That's what happened this time. I saw my girlfriend's mother's car in the yard, but thought perhaps her husband had given her a ride to work. Finding the back door unlocked, I have the key anyway. I quietly entered and almost point-blank stumbled upon my future mother-in-law fucking right on the stairs with some guy I hadn't seen before. Needless to say, I turned around 180 degrees and went home. Literally 15 minutes later, my phone exploded with her calls that I didn't answer because I didn't know what to say to her and messages that I had to read involuntarily. She wrote that it wasn't what I thought it was. A strange conclusion, of course, as if two people having sex could be confused with anything. Wrote that I should let her explain everything, under no circumstances should I tell her daughter about it, etc., etc., etc. It's been a week and I'm keeping my mouth shut. I don't know if I should tell my fiancé or not. I am afraid that this information will break her heart because she loves her parents very much. Should I talk to her mom? She's been trying to have one-on-one meetings with me all this week, but I've been able to dodge the meetings so far. Often I think about maybe I should turn her straight into my husband, but then I realize nothing good can come of that either. I don't know what's best for whom, and I can't ask anyone in my circle about it because everyone knows each other in it. Even with my parents, whom I trust, I can't consult because they are old-school people and I imagine in advance what kind of reaction from their side it will cause.
Stay tuned. The denouement is coming. And you're gonna love it.
The next day, my mother-in-law called my girlfriend and asked her to ask me because you see, she wasn't quite comfortable stressing me out to come over to their house in the evening to walk the dog. I sensed she was up to something, but I couldn't think of any reason to refuse. So when I opened the back door of their house, my heart was beating anxiously for a reason. As soon as I closed the door behind me, I immediately realized that I was in trouble. In the living room was set a table for two, stood a bottle of whiskey and good wine. My friend's mother was sitting at the table. Naturally, there was nothing else to do but join her. She repented and cried from the bottom of her heart, promised that she would not continue the affair with her friend, and begged me to keep silent about what I had learned. Seeing my hesitation, she subtly hinted that if her daughter found out, our marriage was unlikely to take place. Oh, she shouldn't have said that. Maybe it was the nervous tension of the last few days, maybe it was the whiskey I drank, but most likely I was just insolent of her threats. What is this? This beautiful woman gives horns to her husband and I now have to become her accomplice, and if I do not, she will deprive me of my fiancé? And for what? In general, from anger I was so jammed that I got up from the table, politely thanked for dinner, and said that since she blackmails me, I'd better go to the hospital right now to her husband where I'll tell him everything. I'll tell her daughter on the phone on the way. What began here? She stood on the threshold and began to whisper that she did not even close to mean anything like that. But I had already made up my mind and started to pull her away from the door to get out. However, then she fell on her knees and clung to my thighs, not letting me take a step. What can I say? My girlfriend is a very beautiful, juicy, and sexy girl. Her mother, and it's not just my opinion, is prettier. Yeah, and she's in her early 40s. So when she started unbuttoning my pants, I knew what I had to do.
Subscribe, or your happiness will pass you by just like that.
And don't judge me. It was the best blowjob of my life. Anyway, that's how we live now. Me and my girlfriend are getting married. My father-in-law and I go fishing. And once or twice a week, my mother-in-law asks me to walk their dog. Doggy style she loves. I realize, of course, that it's all not exactly good and right, but if it suits everyone and everyone is happy, then why not?